Hello everybody, how's it going? Can you guys hear me? Can I get an audio and visual check from the YouTube stream as well as the private chat aristocrats? The elite, the private chat elitist. You guys should see the news private chat. Obviously, you guys don't need the news terminal to the left of your screen, but you guys have access to that. We should see the chart, breaking news, as well as the stream layout. For anybody who is new to the stream, please take a few minutes to read the description, all right? This is not a signal stream. We are not a bunch of hyenas and market vultures here. We hunt like lions at the end of the day, okay? So we have a set process that we follow throughout the capital hungry streams. I just want to make sure everybody understands that, because the whole point of these streams is to provide information around the financial markets, analysis, and trade ideas, and to give back value and to share value with each other, as well as just to banter with each other and keep each other company during these boring ass trading hours. All right? If you guys can do me a favor, make sure you like, subscribe, turn the post notifications on, and let's just go through some of the nitty gritty stuff first. Now, all of these streams are always saved for your viewing pleasure afterwards. You can always go check back any of the streams. It's all on this YouTube page, as well as any other analysis, market updates that we do. This is not direct financial information, or financial advice. It's just only financial information, but feel free to ask questions about technicals, fundamentals, and overall financial markets. Do not ask for direct signals. Any questions about the Capital Hungry private service, just go to capitalhungry.com or message me on Telegram. Please don't spam the live chat with questions about the private service. And you also have all of your free resource links there. The Capital Hungry News Twitter, the Capital Hungry free Telegram analysis channel, my personal Telegram contact, as well as this YouTube channel itself. Okay? Yeah, you guys are gonna see some of my boogers in my nose here, but this is the Capital Hungry News Twitter, where you got a bunch of different news headlines, motivational posts from me, and extremely chiseled jawline, gym posts, just telling you to work harder, economic news, financial news throughout the day, telling you to eat better, you know what I mean? The Capital Hungry YouTube channel itself, with tons and tons of webinars on the financial markets from a fundamental, technical, and trading psychology perspective, and the Telegram analysis channel. Okay? I just like to get that nitty-gritty stuff out of the way. Now, all of the real ones are in the chat right now, whether it's the YouTube chat or the private chat. All of the vultures and hyenas and trolls, they're going to come when London's already 30 minutes into London Open. They don't know how to trade. They don't know how the markets work. So whenever you see the hyenas and vultures come in later, guys, just let them know you can rewind the stream and get all the contact information, see all the analysis, trade ideas, and everything else. All right? I'll just tell you guys that right now. Okay, now something that a lot of traders seem to ignore, especially when they're doing these streams, is forgetting about how important trading psychology is. At the end of the day, we are manual retail traders, and we are human beings who have tons and tons of variables impacting our emotions and our decision-making process, okay? You could be in a fight with your girlfriend, your wife divorced you, going through some type of addiction right now, just got fired from your job. All these different external factors are going to impact your decision-making process, especially when you're involved in the financial markets and actively trading your own money, okay? The point of me saying this is to keep everybody on the right page and on the right vision of following your trading plan, following your risk management plan, focusing on the long-term vision and your long-term goals rather than on your short-term satisfactory desires and impulsive desires, staying as emotionally neutral as possible, and following these concepts will lead you to the highest probability of not crashing your account and surviving within these markets. Okay? We've already discussed some of these recent fundamental points during the New York Market Update webinar. Who got to watch the New York Market Update webinar? So we already did a discussion of the analysis and trade ideas we're looking for through that New York market update, but we're also going to be reviewing some of that analysis again. Like the gold buys are currently active, where I was talking about that retest of bullish structure and buys to the upside and so forth. But anyways, the recent fundamental points that have been active are investors are still very optimistic. Sorry, just had to fix my mic. Investors are still very optimistic. What that means for us to view technically is the Japanese yen by itself, the US dollar, the Swiss franc, and other safe haven currencies are very bearish. Our global stock markets are very bullish with that support of the central banks, the flood of vaccine headlines, economies recovering. And we haven't had any long-standing fear, uncertainty, or doubt to shift us out of that market sentiment and investor bias. So we're still playing that market optimism with primarily a bullish bias on our risk currency against safe haven pairs. For example, GJ, GBPUSD, Euro USD, and we're more looking for UCAD sells, US 30 buys, and gold buys with that US dollar weakness as well. We don't have any economic events overnight. We did not have any economic data over Asian session, but at 5 a.m. Eastern, towards the end of this webinar, we have the German ZEW economic sentiment data, which I predict to be solid data. We also have at 8 a.m. Eastern, the EIA short-term energy outlook. You can see what it impacts, what time it is. At 10 a.m. Eastern, we have the US JOLTS job openings data. And at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, Bank of England Governor Bailey will be speaking, which obviously impacts the British pound. There are not many headlines to review over the last few hours that have had any major market impact. Just continued talks about different vaccine distributions, some political issues, and with what's going on and that supply, what's it called? The fuel pipe in the US, but nothing that's having high impact on the market so far. But you do have your breaking news headlines to the left. So if we have any high impact news throughout London session, you will see it to the left of your screen here. Okay. So now let's look at gold. For those of you who don't know, through these streams, we primarily use our pre-planned analysis to execute on potential scalps using lower time frame price action. So for those of you who followed the market update webinar, we were expecting the new daily candle to retest this bullish intraday market structure and start to look for buys to the upside, especially as we broke above 1836. Now, what I'm looking for to have a continuation to the upside on gold is a break above these flat candle body areas where we have a bit of a resistance formed to take us back up to 1845 and potentially higher up to 1852. What I'm going to be looking for over the next hour in pre-London is for a bullish candle close above around 18. I'll show you guys in the 1 minute. I'm going to be looking for any hourly candle closures above 1839, then looking for 1 minute retests for scalp entries up to 1844. So pretty much right now, we're seeing too much exhaustion at this 1839 price point, but we're still failing to break these lows around 1835 after having that retest of bullish market structure for the new daily candle. Our US dollar is still weak, but you can see on the lower time frame, we're failing to break this area multiple times now over Asian session. Meaning, if we can break above there on the 1 minute, it's going to show me a lot more buyers pressure and buyers order flow entering the market to take that scalp range up from 1839 up to 1845. Okay? So the gold trade idea I'm looking for through London session as per buys, as long as the US dollar is still weak, we fail to break 1835 lows or these the 1832 lows, and we have 1 minute candle closures above 1839. I'm looking for continued buys to the upside to 1845 and then watch reactions there accordingly on the lower time frame. I would only be looking for gold sells if we broke this lower time frame bullish market structure, which has been respected since May 5th for almost an entire week period now, where we've only had buyers continuously print highs, have consolidation phases, and continuously go to print highs with minor pullbacks in the market. So when you're zooming out here, you just have a higher time frame order block in this area and liquidity zone with potential highs for us to go revisit, as long as we maintain bullish market structure, where I want to take advantage of this range. I'm only looking for gold sells if we fail to break these areas and come below 1828. Okay, so let's review that again. This is what I'm looking for buys to take advantage of. This is the 1 minute time frame for the price action. If we just range here, that's all good. I'm waiting for the candle closures above 1839, 1840, either to enter on the breakout or the retest, to take advantage of this upside range. Once we can clear above these 1 minute rejection points on the lower time frame, where we've seen very solid rejection so far, that will signal to me a lot more buyers pressure, as long as we can validate US dollar weakness to take buys from 1839 to 1845. If we break above 1845, this is a reaction area we're going to be watching. Then we can obviously extend buys further. The only way, and this is the buy area I'd be looking for, the only way I would take sells on gold is if we notice that the US dollar is stronger overnight, and I'll show you guys the dollar index in a minute. We fail to break these highs, we break below this bullish market structure and below all this price sensitivity to the left, and come below 1828. Then I would take the sells down 80 pips from 1828 to 1820. But I would need all of those confirms to take those sells down on gold. It's still very bullish on the higher time frames, on the intraday time frames, and the lower time frames. We're just entering a bit of a consolidation in range. Okay? So I'm still mainly in a buyer's bias, and I still mainly want this play personally. But I would only take sells and adapt to the sells if we have this sequence of events, and then take advantage of that range. But I am more in the buyer bias. You can see we already had the buys active from the retest of that structure, like we called in the New York market update webinar. And once we clear above 1839, we got a nice range to the 1845s area. When we're looking at the US dollar, we can see that it's still very bearish in higher time frame and intraday structure. And Japanese yen is still very bearish. Volatility index, even though it's having an aggressive spike from its historical lows, is still very bearish. So we're just going to be primarily looking at the US dollar on the 30-minute time frame here, because it's going to help give us confirms with price action movement and investor order flow movement on GU, Euro USD, USD CAD, gold, and US 30. What I want to see with the US dollar, which is just the dollar index here, standalone, is the dollar dip lower and break these lows and go even deeper. That dollar weakness standalone will really help us with our Euro USD buys, UCAD sells, GBP USD buys, gold buys, and US 30 buys. But right now, the dollar just has printed new lows, and we're in a technical range here that we could just potentially be bouncing around in. If the US dollar on the 30-minute and the 1 hour breaks above these 90.3 intraday highs, we will have a more aggressive pullback, where obviously this pullback on the dollar is gonna cause us to adapt our sentiment on Euro USD, USD CAD, GBP USD, etc. But I primarily want the dollar to continue down, be bearish, so we can continue playing those same trades that we have been already. The US dollar is still very bearish. This is just the 30-minute chart. We can see we printed new technical lows. So all I'm saying is, don't be surprised as we print these new lows if we get a pullback first then continue back down. But what I would like is just creating this liquidity zone and melting down. Okay? Any questions about gold analysis and trade ideas that we're going to be patiently waiting for those confirms throughout the next hour and a half, 2 hours. We have 9 minutes until the 2 a.m. Eastern candle opens, a new hourly candle, which is German market open and pre-London hours. We can start to look for those confirms if we get it. Any questions about gold? No questions? If there's no questions about gold, I'm going to go on to GJ analysis for overnight now, all right? I'm going to take it as no questions there on gold. We understand what we're looking for. The only correlation between gold and the US dollar is that we trade gold against the US dollar. So when the dollar is significantly weaker, this can be a bullish confirm for gold because you're trading gold against the US dollar. All right. Okay, let's look at GJ now. Now, GJ, higher time frames, extremely bullish. When we look at our global stock markets, which is showing us investor sentiment, we're still having overall markets very optimistic. And we're looking for continued buys to the upside when you're looking at how global equity markets are very bullish. UK stock markets have printed all-time highs and had a pullback and still extremely bullish. Every single region across the world is bullish. And you can also see that Japanese yen is still very bearish. I have had no reason to sell GJ when you're looking at the higher time frame structure and understanding the fundamentals. We have only had GJ print highs, have pullbacks and continue to highs, or print highs, consolidate, and push into highs. We have never broken previous higher lows or bullish market structure whenever we've had aggressive pullbacks. Right now, we've had GJ buyers print new highs, breaking above those previous highs as well. I'm still very bullish on GJ, and what I'm looking for essentially is either one of the two. Either we get a deeper pullback and break below this minor support being created here to revisit the previous highs to the left and get better buy setups there, or I'm waiting for the break above these candle body highs and continue buys to the upside there. I would only be looking for potential pullback and corrective GJ sells if we came back below 153.200 and back below these previous intraday highs to the left. Our bullish price action is still very strong as we're having consecutive bullish candles, stronger impulsive bullish candles, only having these little liquidity zones being developed or consolidation zones that don't break higher time frame structure. And right now, we can't say this is some type of resistance or exhaustion. It's just a new high printed and a little bit of consolidation developing at these highs. Okay? So when I'm looking at GJ, especially on the hourly time frame, right now, actually a support's being created in my opinion. And we could get some buys above 153.800 and above 154. So this is what I'm looking for as per our quarter points and PPLs. And keep in mind our fundamental confirms alongside the technical confirms. Technicals, bullish structure, bullish trend. Buyers keep printing highs, you only have pullback phases. Fundamentals, UK stock market has been bullish ever since the crash, just like any other stock market. Investors are very confident in the rebound of UK's economy linked to vaccines and Brexit optimism, right? That's a good question, new demo. I don't think Bailey News is going to have too much of an impact because usually the central bank speakers are very monotone and neutral, and he should just be following suit to what the Federal Reserve said, talking about economic recovery is looking strong. There's still room for fiscal support. UK economy starting to rebound. There's support regarding Brexit progression. We still need more people vaccinated. There's still risks with COVID. They really say the same shit now and repeat the same tone. You know what I mean? But anyways, so fundamentally, we know investors are still very bullish. PPL is psychological price level on the lower time frames. And we know the Japanese yen is very bearish, and our safe haven currencies are bearish, as well as we have optimism regarding the vaccines, economic recovery, and support of the central banks, right? So either we break below this lower side support and get a pullback to these previous highs to the left here and buys from here, or we start to take buys above 154, even coming up soon buys after the next after this next hourly candle. So still bullish bias on GJ. I would only be looking for sells on GJ below 153 if we come back below these highs. The quarter points on GJ is just these okay, so these white lines, those are higher time frame historical price points. They're based on yearly, fiscal year, quarterly, 3-month, and 1-month time frame levels. These red boxes in between the higher time frame ranges are following the quarter point theory, but has been more specifically tested to GJ, where we've had great reactions on the lower time frame at these price points between 100 pip ranges: 0.00, 0.200, 0.500, 0.800. Okay? When you look at the lower time frame reactions at these psychological price levels, you can see great reactions of either having pullbacks to those price points, consolidation zones created in those areas. And you see, like, look at these pullbacks. You have it from 152 all the way down to 151 flat, support at 152.2, 151.5. So between larger 100 pip ranges, on the lower time frames, you see great reactions to these psychological price levels and quarter points, which I have personally backtested over the last couple of years, being 0.00, 0.200, 0.500, and 0.800. This is only for GJ specifically I've backtested so far. I had to put the 800 down there. All right. So when I'm looking at GJ and the lower time frame price action, we're still very bullish. Right now, we're just creating a bit of an order block and consolidation. You know? Yeah, but it's about having specific rules and systematic approach to your own trading. So when you have specific price points that you execute on, it's not just about drawing out lines. I only execute trades on GJ at these specific price points. It creates control around my trading, so I don't take impulsive entries at any random price point without the confirms. Having specific price points that you enter at based on either historical value or based on quarter or specific market theories is just to give yourself more rules and confirmations and control over your trading. But a lot of you guys are new. A lot of you guys have no clue how market psychology works, and a lot of you guys just constantly crash your account and you don't have this control in your trading. I do. Yeah, wow, a big lesson there, right? All right, let's see what's going on here. German wholesale prices, German April prices, nothing crazy. German corporate insolvencies. Okay, so now GJ. What I'm looking for on GJ is with this new hourly candle, it hasn't made a lower wick yet. I'm waiting for breaks above 153.8485 area and continuations 20 pips back up. All right. Right now, we can see that we haven't broken that 0.800 price point, and pre-London just opening up and is creating its lower wick first. So I'm still looking for either this, breaking back above 0.800, or back above 154. I'd only be looking for sells if we confirm more exhaustion at these highs, profit taking by buyers, and a break below 153.200. That's the only area I'd be looking for sells. Otherwise, I'm looking for buys in these areas with the lower time frame price action confirms as we approach there. For those of you who are asking specific questions about 1 minute candle confirms, about more specific scalping related questions, there's about 100 webinars on this YouTube page that you can go wild for maybe the next year on and learn as much as you want from my view on the markets. But if I was to go through to repeat every single concept that I've learned and the ideology behind it and how it's been back tested and how it works, these webinars would be 10 hours long every time. You know what I mean? So if you go to like for example here, like for example, Scalping 101, this is a pure educational webinar about information I use to scalp. And it's like a 4-part series, hour long each. You have psychology webinars, webinars on central banking, US 30, higher time frame, gold. You have tons of these previous live sessions themselves. Going through all of that will teach you a lot, and it's all for free as well, right? So remember, before I go back to GJ, I just want to remind everybody of something, because through social media and through the systematic programming of our society, a lot of people no longer have willpower or belief in their own mind or their own potential. And to me, I find this very sad, because we live in a day and age where we have access to supercomputers at our fingertips and access to information and resources about anything we want to learn, but everybody still feels so lost, hopeless, and are still lacking so much knowledge. I just want to let you know, you guys are coming here to watch my stream, to listen to my viewpoint of the economic and financial markets, because you guys may admire the knowledge I have, the experience I have, and the trades I take. Well, guess what? My brain is no different than your brain. I don't have some photographic memory. I don't have some Jimmy Neutron IQ. I'm not some specially gifted person. All I did was make the active choices and decision to put the time and effort into learning about the financial markets from a fundamental and technical perspective, backtesting it, studying it, and putting that time and effort in for over 4 years now. What I'm trying to tell you is, you guys might admire me and come watch me, but anybody can do what I'm doing. It's not a secret. There's no hidden secret here. You know what I mean? All right, let's kick this retard out. Fucking. I don't like this Henry guy. Always ruining good shit. Yes, we always try to extend our scalp trades into intraday trades if the market allows it. We only play what the market gives us. We don't have expectations from the market. If the market allows us to extend our positions and let runners go into intraday trades or swings, we'll go with the market and flow with the market. But we don't have expectations beforehand. We take what the market gives us. Alright? So yeah, you have like, remember, oh shit, sorry about that. Oh my god, my ear too. Gold back to 1836. We're not going to touch it yet. Let me turn that off. I'm so sorry about that alert. Probably killed your guys' ears. Let me turn the sound off on here. Yeah, that shit hurt my ears. It's alert. Don't worry, we're not touching anything yet. No, nothing to enter on gold. But even when I was getting 314 views on a full AUD fundamental and technical analysis, going from weekly time frames, going all the way down to intraday time frames, I was still posting that information. When I wasn't getting paid, when I didn't have a service, I was still doing analysis when nobody knew who I was, when nobody watched me. Alright? You guys can't hear it on the Zoom because I don't share the computer sound on the Zoom, so I save your guys' ears. But the YouTube chat heard that loud-ass beep, and I heard the loud-ass beep. If you go here, yeah, you guys can see it all, man. There's tons of webinars. You can learn a shit ton, right? All right, everybody. I need you all to do me a favor right now. Okay, does everybody understand what we're looking for on gold as well as GJ right now? We're just going to be patient and wait for those setups. William, I just think really above price. If this candle flips back above 0.800, we can start to go back above. All right. I need everybody in this chat right now who's watching me to do me a favor. If you watch the Capital Hungry streams, open up another tab right now and go to Trade with Monty. Right now, same thing I did. Open up another tab and go to Trade with Monty. He just started his live stream having 74 people. Click this live session. Whether you want to watch him or not, like the stream, mute it, and keep it open on another tab. I want to show support to people who also give value, give analysis, and put effort in. All right? So whether you want to watch it or not, if you enjoy the Capital Hungry streams and you like what I do, open it up, mute it. I'm going to put it to the side and just keep it open here. Just to give them the view, give them the like. Why not share the viewers? You know what I mean? I don't really give a shit what he's saying, old man Monty, my boy. But he's saying... Alright? Let's do it, guys. Come on. Show support.
We happened to get some volume movements this morning, man. So
can't even hear. Just keep it open. Keep it open on another tab. It doesn't hurt you to do this. While we're going through our stream for the next 2 hours, just keep it open on another tab. Give them the extra viewers. Give them the like. Subscribe. Turn the post notifications on. And then that's it. Put it to the side there. And I'm just going to put it to the side. Then we'll go back to our charts. All right. Anytime Monty and I are streaming at the same time, we're going to do that. Your African internet doesn't allow you to open 2 streams. If you guys are on, If you guys are on browser, just do what I'm doing, all right? Just open it up in a different tab, leave it open. Just give them the view, give them the support, give them the like. No, not Todd Capital. Okay. All right, doesn't hurt to like, to subscribe, to share around. Doesn't hurt you guys. It's free. All right, now we know what we're looking for on gold. Gold just after having that hourly rejection, we're just having a deeper pullback here, but we're not going to touch gold in this range. We're only going to take advantage of it if we have the continued bullish momentum for this play. We're only selling below 1828. If you guys, I'll do the same shit to your guys' channels if you guys actually provide value and good information, but not if you're like some fucking gaming channel. It's not really related to what we're doing, you know? Yeah, 1828 is a key decision point. GJ is also in a little bit of a lower time frame technical range. We're either waiting for this, or this. We're only selling below 153.200. All right. Bro. Bro, look who it is. How many views did that get? Damn, bro, what a massacre. What a fucking massacre. Did I lie in the title? What a massacre. Everybody tell Daniel, get the fuck out. We don't want no marketers here. He came here to get a signal. He watches my streams, just like I told you guys. He came here to get a signal. Everybody tell Daniel, get the fuck out. Nobody wants you here. Go shine your forehead. Everybody tell Daniel to spend more time shining his forehead tonight. Daniel's here. He's gonna keep watching though. He wants a signal. You know what I mean? He's taken straight 3 weeks of L's on his account. So, all right, now US 30. See how we got the pullback to US 30 right to 34,600. So GJ, we know what we're looking for. Gold, we know what we're looking for. I'll go to US 30 after. Sorry, GBPUSD. GBPUSD, we're not going to touch. I don't really see a clean setup on GU. Let me look at the lower time frame a bit better here. G buys above 154. That'd be the safest, Michael. That's the safest. That's the lowest risk, least reward option. Yes, if we break above previous highs, 154. All right. The GBP USD is just entering a bit of a higher time frame intraday range here. I'm waiting for a pullback. Better buys at 1.4. Okay? I'm not going to touch GBPUSD. I do not see anything good on GBPUSD. I don't see any, like, it's not like it's not as clean as GJ or as potential gold setups. And I don't really see anything too clean on GBPUSD at the moment. If we could get a deeper pullback to 1.4, then I'd be taking those buys. Euro USD, I'm waiting for the pullback on Euro USD down to 1.21, buys. Right now we're entering some lower time frame corrective structure, but the US dollar is still very weak. I'll check out your guys' charts after this, okay? So this is what I mean. Right now we have some lower time frame corrective bearish market structure forming. I'm either looking for buys in two ways. Either we come all the way back down, either we do a deeper pullback down to 1.21, we create a support, flat candle body support, and take high risk, high reward buys from 1.21. Or we break above these 1 minute highs here and come above this bearish corrective structure above 1.214. Okay? I'm looking for these buy options, either here, here, or after this pullback here. Bro, Dr. Dollar, you're sounding too big, bro. You think I really want to give you a shout out now? You just spammed the chat 100 times? All right. So that's what we're looking for on Euro USD. Yo, everybody in the chat. Everybody reset. Fuck Daniel. Stop talking about fucking Daniel. He's irrelevant now. Remember, it's work time right now. Fuck the scammers. Fuck the social media persons. Fuck the marketers right now. Let's get back to focus. Back to the markets here. Sorry, not Monty. Back to the charts. Let's go back. Focus up. Focus up. What? You guys are getting distracted. My hyenas are getting distracted. Daniel Savage here? Fucking bitch. Fucking pussy. Fucking relax, everybody. Take a deep breath. Let's get back to work. Alright? Everybody take a big deep breath with me right now. Woosa. Reset. Reset. Let's reset. Let's go back to the charts here. Focus on the charts. If you guys want to send me charts and analysis with a TradingView code, go for it. But no spamming the chats over nonsense. Alright? Now, USD CAD, if you guys have been following along, we've been playing these sells in this bearish market structure for a few reasons now. We're playing US dollar against the Canadian dollar. This is the inverse of our risk currency against safe haven pairs, right? Have you noticed that with GBPJPY, with Euro USD, with GBP USD, ever since the support of the central banks and with the weakening of the safe haven currencies and flood of vaccine headlines, those have been bullish. GJ higher time frame, GU higher time frame, Euro USD higher time frame have all been bullish. You can look at AUD USD, AUD JPY, Euro JPY. But here you have the safe haven currency against the risk currency. So you have the inverse. We've primarily only had sellers continuously printing new lows with that US dollar fundamental weakness. All right, let's get everybody back to focus. Pop quiz. What's the number one reason why the US dollar is devalued right now? Pop quiz. What's the number one reason US dollar is devalued right now? Ding, ding, ding. Correct. Everybody back to focus. So we have a massive increase in printing, an oversupply, and a decreased demand. Where are those US dollars going? How can we confirm that? Where are those increase of US dollars going? Question number 2. How do we confirm that? Okay, stock markets, very easy. So we just technically confirmed those real world fundamental events and catalysts right there. Okay, now let's go back to UCAD. So with that concept being said, even though UCAD can have some very aggressive pullbacks within this higher time frame bearish market structure, every time you print a significant low, you have profit taking by sellers, and you do have these aggressive pullback plays. But what is the safer technical trade ideas to play on US dollar against the Canadian dollar? When you understand that the US dollar has been more bearish and weaker, that the Canadian dollar is stronger as the Canadian stock market's rebounding and oil is extremely bullish, as you have an oversupply of the US dollar itself, what is the easier side to play on USD CAD? Is it easier to play the pullbacks and the buy bounces and trying to guess where the low is? Or is it easier to play the shorts, playing with the fundamentals and technicals? The sells, right? Because it's a lot easier to identify sell areas from previous high points than to guess where a new low is going to be printed. Do you understand what I'm saying? Fundamentally, we're very bearish. We've had very similar structure for an extended period of time. If you started to draw a technical lower side trend line like this, a lot of people would have been looking for dip buys here. Just saying, oh, a new low is printed, a support's coming, I'm going to play the pullback. But it's not easy to identify where the low is going to be printed. You could have a meltdown to impulsively break below previous lows like here. You could have just a minor low created above the previous low and then an aggressive pullback. But what you do always have is sellers jump right back in to take you down to those previous lows and newer lows. That's what you always do have. Does that make sense to everybody from a trading psychology perspective? As long as fundamentally US dollar is bearish, Canadian dollar is bullish, the Federal Reserve is still keeping an increase in the money supply, what you do have is lows being printed and sellers revisit those lows every single time for the last 8 months. Okay, so now, what have we had happen now when we're looking at USD CAD? Is it in a pullback phase? Has it printed a new low? Is it having some impulsive moves? What has it done over the last week with that US dollar weakness? We have printed new significant lows, correct? So now, I don't want to fight the trend, but we do have to be cautious of a potential pullback. Do you understand what I'm saying? So we do have to be cautious when these lows get printed, that you have profit taking by the sellers, and then you have pullbacks to better demanded price points to continue down with the overall structure. So with that being said, I'm still very bearish on US dollar against the Canadian dollar, but I wouldn't feel safe taking sells unless we broke below the current lows. Otherwise, when we zoom into the price action here, we can see a bit of a technical support being created at a higher time frame key level, and this 4-hour candle has no upper wick created yet and is still active for another 2 hours and 30 minutes. So what I'm trying to say is, if we break above these candle body highs, we could have a pretty strong 60 to 50 pip pullback as long as we don't break these current lows. And remember, we are expecting a deeper pullback on Euro USD as well. Like Euro USD is pushing up, we want a deeper pullback on Euro USD and continuation up. We want a deeper pullback on GU and continuation up. Those pullbacks on our risk currency against safe haven pairs would also line up with this pullback on USD CAD, where we could take advantage of that if we break above this technical price point. I'd only be looking for continued sell, and what I'm talking about is taking advantage of this potential play. Because we're having a support being created, a new low printed, and we're looking for that pullback. From current price point, I would only be looking for safer sells below these current lows, where you'd have to have this chain of events. But right now, we're already at new lows. We've already had sellers print new lows and a bit of a lower time frame support forming at a higher time frame historical key level. So the same way we want Euro USD to give us a potential pullback of almost 30 to 40 pips and set up better buys, the same way we want GBP USD to give us that potential deeper pullback to 1.4 after creating these intraday highs and set up buys, we can also take advantage of this potential inverse UCAD pullback, almost 60 pips, to set up better sells. Does that make sense to everybody? So now let's zoom into the intraday time frames for more technical confirms. We can see a bit of a consolidation zone being created here. If we have 1 hour candle closures or in 1 minute price action above 211, then we can validate potential for a pullback to take advantage of this range. All right. Don't expect a pullback, but if you have, for example, don't expect a pullback because you could have something like this happen as well. Right? We could have something where you just consolidate, create an order block, and break to the lows and continue right back down. Expect a pullback if we break above these candle body highs after validating that consolidation at the lows as a technical support and buyer order flow. If we break above 21200, then expect a pullback. So pretty much on USD CAD, what I'm looking for is, right now we're just consolidating. We've printed new lows by sellers. Either we take sells if we break below these lows, that's the one sell area. We would only be taking pullback corrective buys if we break above 21200, with potential further sells from the intraday time frames at the retest of bearish market structure. Right now, in this consolidation range, we're not going to touch USD CAD because there's nothing favorable there. Any questions? Any questions about that? It makes sense, right? Fundamentally and technically, or... Any questions on USD CAD before I go to US 30? We're taking corrective pullback buys if we break above 21200 area, 211. We have potential sells if we get that pullback. We have to be very cautious up here if we get rejections like these types of confirms that we're going back into our sell bias. And the safer sells would be below the previous lows. If we just consolidate in range, we're not going to touch it. All right. Right now, it's 2:30 a.m. Eastern. We have 30 minutes until London session open. The white lines are historical price points based on the fiscal year chart, 12-month chart, the quarterly chart, 3-month, and the 1-month chart. Understood? Okay, so that's where we're going to be now. So now I just want to look at the lower time frame here because I'm going to be looking for price entry confirms on the 1-minute time frame. As soon as we break above this last aggressive rejection point, I'm looking for entries here for buys, looking for and watching for to break above these price sensitivity areas to extend the buys on the lower time frame. Meaning, if we get buys at 211, we might be at 15 pips in profit, but if we don't break these price points and sensitivity areas in the lower time frame, we're going to exit as scalps. If we break back above there, we can extend the buys out to the next price sensitivity areas of significance. JP Savage said, everyone tune in to his live stream on May 17th. Not unless you lose 50 pounds by then, fat bitch. If you lose 50 pounds by then, I'll personally watch your stream. Other than that, nobody gives a fuck, you FTMO account scammer. Trying to do FTMO. You do. This guy's like a street hooker of Forex. No idea. Ask everybody JP Savage what an interest rate is, and he'll fucking go brain dead. JP, what's an interest rate, bro? Let's cause your brain to freeze right now. You get what I'm saying? This guy is a street hooker of Forex. He promises people to pass their FTMO and then doesn't refund them, takes their money. That's all he does. He sells FTMO accounts. Like, what a fucking bum. He's not doing shit. He used to be on Todd Capital stream sucking his dick. He used to be on Raja stream sucking his dick. He watches my stream sucking my dick. Now he's going to try to stream himself. He's Googling interest rates. Yeah. See his comeback? Stay broke. That's what I thought, bro. You don't even know what an interest rate is. You charge $12,000 for a mentorship. Who are you, Warren Buffett? What are you, Bill Gates? What do you think you're, Ray Dalio? You think you're Jim Simmons charging $12,000 when you have a chubby baby face? You look like a Gerber's baby. Looking like a Gerber's baby out here, bro. Alright guys, back to focus. That's enough of roasting the little pussy. Alright, let's go back to focus here. What's these headlines? A lot of negativity coming from the Indian variant of COVID. There's been headlines from this in Canada as well. Alright. Gold is just ranging. We're not touching. GJ, we're going to be looking for that deeper pullback. We're not touching it in this range. GU, we're going to get that pullback. I think with Euro USD as well. UCAD, we're going to take the buys above. Yo, JP, don't forget to send these signals to your chat, loser. UCAD above 211. Let's go to US 30 now, everybody. Now, those concepts we were just talking about, the US dollar. Is there any reason technically or fundamentally, to sell the US stock market in the current market climate or environment? No, I'm not concerned about that monthly support because of how bearish fundamentally the dollar is, but we can get a pullback from this area, 44x. But that was a good question. So there's no reason fundamentally or technically to sell the US stock market. It's only wait for consolidations, breakout buys, pullback buys. Right? Why fight the Federal Reserve as we can see them weakening the dollar, taking that money and putting it into the market? Why fight this? But what do we have happen here? What is this that got printed? Number one rule about the stock market, don't fight the Fed. What is this that got printed? A new intraday high, right? A new all-time high. So now this pullback is just profit taking by buyers as a new all-time high and a new high was printed on the stock market. Higher high, all-time high, new high, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? We just know that buyers have extended the market up into new highs and taken profit, creating this pullback. All right. On the lower time frames, we can see that 34,600 is a higher time frame key level in a retest of previous price sensitivity area. But we have some lower time frame bearish corrective structure active here that we're going to see on the lower time frame, okay? This is what I'm looking for on US 30 as we're still very bullish. If we fail to break these lows at 34,600 higher time frame key level, high risk, high reward buys at the lows. Safer buys as soon as we validate a breakout of this bearish corrective structure, which would be coming above these 1 minute rejection price points at 34,700 area. Then I'd be looking for safer buys at 34,700 with our target of previous highs and 35K flat. Okay? So if we come above 34,700, 34,725 on these 1 minute candles here, I'm going to start looking for US 30 scalps above, with 1 minute candle closures above here, to start targeting back to the previous intraday highs and previous all-time highs, playing this range. We're only looking for sells on US 30 if we have a break on the hourly time frame below 34,600 and retest on the lower time frame. Otherwise, I'm in a buyer's bias. I don't want to sell the US stock market. I'd rather wait for the pullbacks and set up better buy positions and continuations right back up. And I'm looking to target 35K. Also, everybody remember, okay? When we do these webinars, we're looking for execution points for about a 2 to 3 hour window. That doesn't mean that the market is going to offer us the confirms and the setup we need through the 2 hours that we're sitting here. Does that make sense to everyone? So we do this analysis, we mark out our significant price points of interest, we look at the fundamentals and technicals, we map out trade ideas, and then we wait for the setups. If we do not get the confirms over London session, all of these trade ideas are still valid for New York in the following sessions. Just because we look at the charts like JP Savage or Daniel Savage doesn't mean that there's always a trade. That's why they take so many losses, because they force trades when there's not even a trade there. They say, hey, I'm about to take a flight, take a GJ sell. Hey, it's not looking too good, but let's try a buy. They force trades because they think because they entered the market that a setup should be there for them. They think the market works for them. They think they control the market, or they have this lack of respect for these financial markets. That's not how it works. Just because we came here on the charts for 2 hours does not mean we're going to get a trade to execute on. But we're doing this analysis ahead of time, so when London session does open, when we're looking for those trade ideas, if we get the confirms, we execute. And then we follow the price action to see if we can extend the trades. We look at our news headlines. We make sure to check our economic events, our fundamental sentiment. We keep an eye on what's going on in the markets. We stay active with our decision making. We stay active with the charts, sharp, not just mindlessly looking at it like a zombie. Do you understand? Does that make sense to everybody? Don't forget, keep Monty's stream open here. He should have more viewers right now. Go to Monty, trade with Monty. Go to trade with Monty's stream, send him a like, and open up his chat on a different tab and mute it. All right, let's show support to people who are providing information on the markets, technically and fundamentally. He's not pointing a gun at his screen. He's constantly talking about price action, what's going on there. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. So we're just consolidating here on gold, but we still haven't broken below 1836. We're only taking the buys above 1839 up to 45 and higher. GJ is just in a range. We're waiting for the deeper pullback to 0.500 or above 0.800. GBP USD, we know what we're looking for. Euro USD, we know what we're looking for. USD CAD. US 30. Just a quick review, you know what I mean? All right, now, as we're waiting for London to open, I'm going to be answering questions. We're going to quickly review our economic events just to make sure everybody understands, and we're going to read the last 10-15 minutes worth of headlines. So 5 a.m. Eastern, we have the Germany ZEW economic sentiment. In my opinion, that's going to be good data. The rest of the economic data is during New York session. All right. These are the key fundamental points that we are focusing on as we watch the markets throughout the night. Osmic FX, as I'm answering people's questions and looking at charts right now, if you rewind this stream to maybe about 10-15 minutes in, that's when I did the gold analysis for trade ideas and what we're looking for on gold and why. So as I'm answering questions and looking at people's charts right now, if you want to just rewind this stream towards the start of it, an order block to me is just like a liquidity zone, consolidation zone, where orders are entering the market to have an impulsive move with trend. Don't forget, everybody, we are manual retail traders. We have emotions. We have a real life that impacts our trading and our decisions. Make sure you stay as emotionally neutral as possible. You have as much control in your trading as possible. One mistake I see too many new traders make is they stress and waste mental energy on things that they cannot control in the markets, whether it be news, whether it be something with economic data, markets ranging, markets consolidating, market goes against them. Everybody's always stressing and being angry about all the things that are out of their control, but they don't focus enough attention on what is in their control. What is in your control? Well, what you trade, how you trade, why you trade, where you trade, when you trade. If you write all that down and create specific rules around those criteria of first understanding, why am I trading? What are my goals? What are my real goals? Am I trying to be a millionaire and get to millions of dollars? Am I trying to supplement my income? Am I trying to just pay a couple of bills? What am I trying to do? Why am I trading? Right? After you identify that, then ask yourself, what are you going to trade? What trading instrument? What market are you actually going to focus on? What specific currency pairs? Then how are you going to trade? What system have you developed or confirms needed to actually have setups while you're looking for trades and analysis? Where are you trading? Are you trading on your phone while you're on the train, while you're driving to work, while you're at work sitting at the desk distracted while you have 100 different things going on? Or are you in a controlled environment where you can be calm and collected and focused? When are you trading? Do you only trade at set times that you have control over? Or are you constantly looking at your phone and looking to take a trade every single session? Constantly looking for a setup, having no control. Do you understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Have control over your trading in these markets. The more control, the more rules you create for yourself, and you stick to those rules. That's how you create discipline. That's how you create good trading behavior and practice. And that's how you get longevity in the markets. That's how you survive these markets long term. The fundamentals and technicals are easy to learn. That's just about reading and studying. And we have resources available at our fingertips 24/7. But the hardest part is your own trading psychology, mentality, and emotional control. All right. Okay, so now let's wait. Let's wait for London Open, which is 15 more minutes. If you guys want to ask me some questions or send some charts, feel free. I do not see any good entries yet on gold, GJ, GBPUSD, Euro USD, USD CAD, or US 30 yet. Actually, US 30 we might get it soon. If we break above these 1 minute highs here, we might get a scalp soon on US 30, but I'd rather wait until London Open now in 15 minutes. So for the next 15 minutes, let me go to the washroom first for 5 minutes, and then I'm going to look at charts and answer questions. Zoom chat, same thing. I'm going to answer you guys. Retail traders make up 5% of the market. It's probably about 1% of the market. What's the 95%? It's called institutions, corporations, governments. Retail traders probably make up less than 5%, to be honest, in my opinion. You have the central banks, you have the governments, you have the corporations, you have banks, the mainstream banks, the commercial banks, the private funds, hedge funds. They make up the majority. And you're talking about around the world, constantly trading these various I think we all have different capabilities of how many hours a manual retail trader should be actively looking for their trade ideas. I personally think maybe a 2 to 3 hour window when you're actively at the charts looking to execute on trades. If you take that 2 to 3 window and you don't get anything, and you take a good 3 to 4 hour break, you come back on another session, that's okay. But you have to understand that all of us humans have human inefficiencies and natural weaknesses that we can't deny. We can get distracted, we can get emotional, we can get mentally exhausted, tired, loss of focus, everything in between. So you want to stay at the charts and be at the charts, as well as for an extended period of time that you can remain focused. For everybody else, it's different. I would say 2 to 4 hours max for actually looking at a setup, for looking to actively trade. Now, as per back testing, studying the markets, learning about the markets, doing analysis, you should spend as many hours as you can learning the craft. Back testing, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, studying and reading. But for actively trading, when you're looking to actively be involved in the markets for entries, I would say maybe a 2 to 4 hour window. Otherwise, you're just going to be way too mentally exhausted after that point, in my opinion. All right? FUD stands for fear, uncertainty, and doubt. If you ever have any fear, uncertainty, or doubt headlines within the markets, this can shift the sentiment, right? So for example, you know how everything has been going, how everything has been going gravy, the stock markets have been extremely bullish, and everything's been looking great. Well, imagine, just for hypotheticals, imagine all of a sudden there's a COVID variant that's turning people into actual zombies. Well, that headline would bring extreme fear, uncertainty, and doubt and impact to the economic markets and cause a massive sell-off on the stock markets, or cause a massive increase in your safe haven currency value, because investors will go, what the hell? COVID just turned into a zombie variant? I'm just giving a hypothetical, obviously, of an example of a fear, uncertainty, and doubt headline. But a real world example of that is when you had GBP and you would always have these negative headlines regarding Brexit. Remember before the pandemics, when we were trading our GBP pairs, the primary impacting headlines would come from Brexit news? Well, sometimes you would have negative Brexit news that would drop the value of the pound and drop GBP against yen or GBP USD. This would be fear, uncertainty, and doubt causing that impact, cause and effect, right? Yeah, so it just stands for fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Okay? A stock price does not dictate a company's livelihood. No. If we were talking about 100% organic stock market without any manipulation, any corruption, which does not exist, then you would have a company's stock price value directly correlated to the investors involved, as well as the performance of the company itself. But that's not how the stock markets work. The stock market has tons of speculation, hype, rumors, doubt. investor pools, and so much more that can impact a company's stock value. You know what I mean? Yeah, that actually is fear. The hackers taking over the pipelines is a fear headline, but it hasn't been anything large enough to impact the financial markets yet. If that pipeline issue gets a lot larger and actually starts impacting economic infrastructure of the US economy on a grand scale, then you're going to see a financial market impact. Okay? Yeah, Tesla's a great example. Tesla's stock value is through the roof, but it's not like Volkswagen is still one of the biggest car sellers in the world, right? But Tesla's had so much investment into it through its innovation, through its potential future ideas, hype, rumors. It's crazy. All right, if there's no questions, I'm just going to quickly scan through the headlines from about 1:45 a.m. Eastern onward, 1 a.m. Eastern onward. Tonight so far, just pre-London hours, it's a pretty slow night. We have 8 minutes until London open. Gold's breaking below 1836, but we're not touching gold in this range anyways. We're going to watch reactions at 1828 or back above 1839. GJ's just in a range. We're still in the buyer's bias. USD CAD. You guys can always rewind to know the exact trade ideas we're looking for. US 30 is going to set up some good buys on London Open, in my opinion. All right, let's read some of these headlines here, just from 1 a.m. onwards. So far, nothing too much. New ambassadors to Japan. German corporate insolvencies, which is a little bit weaker economic data from Germany, but nothing high impacting. China auto industry, China passenger car sales. China's just been ripping it. Tesla sold 25,000 China-made vehicles in April. Moody says expect increase in vaccinations will lower border restrictions and increase demand for air travel. Yeah, no shit. Tesla's stock price is high due to speculation on its innovation and future potential by investors, and basically more investing in Elon Musk's mind than Tesla itself, in my opinion. Speculation is one of the biggest things in the markets. You guys watch that Prince of Yen webinar? The Princes of Yen central bank webinar? Where in 1940, Nissan made more money trading the markets and speculative trading the markets than selling cars? Well, in 2021, Tesla made more money buying and selling Bitcoin and speculative trading the market than almost had a stroke there, than selling actual Teslas. You know what I mean? You guys should watch that. It's a very interesting webinar. I'll tell you a lot about central banking systems, economics and financial systems, and how the financial markets run everything. Yeah, I almost had a stroke. I thought my brain was about to freeze. But yeah, in 1940, Nissan made more money trading the markets than they did selling cars, and Tesla did that same thing in 2021 with Bitcoin. When remember when Tesla a few months ago started to add Bitcoin to their balance sheet? History always repeats itself. Yeah, exactly. It's a documentary called The Princes of the Yen, and it talks about central banking, and it specifically gives examples of Japan post-war 1940s. I don't think electric cars can wipe out gas cars until big oil industries take over the energy efficient industries. The same people who are going to be the same people who are going to be leading solar energy or clean energy are the same motherfuckers who run global oil if it does transition into that. But right now, oil is still king, sadly. You know what I mean? There's way too much money and power involved around global oil control for me to see that go out the window and only see electric cars wiping out gas cars. If that makes sense to everybody. It's not just about an electric car replacing gas car technology and being cleaner. It's about the power, greed, and corruption that fuels the oil markets. And like, you have countries go to war over oil demand. You know what I mean? For years. So it's not going to be easy to get rid of big oil, in my opinion. And if you do get ring of big oil and you see like, oh, oil's gone, now you have all these like clean energy source companies. It's going to be the same guys who are running big oil that are going to run that. You know what I mean? Does that make sense to everybody? As soon as oil, maybe down the line, 10, 15, 20, 50 years from now, gets replaced with clean energy sources, the same big capitalists that ran big oil are going to be running those companies because they're going to want control over that energy sector. You know? So gold's giving us that little deeper pullback, but we weren't touching it anyways. GBP USD just ranging right now. We're just going to wait for London Open in 2 minutes. Euro USD, we're going to get our deeper pullback. Yo, UCAD as well. I think we're going to get our pullback buys above 211. And US 30, I think we're going to get our trade on the new hourly candle. So ECB is still going to be providing more stimulus support. Interest rates are going to stay similar until we have better economic activity. Coronavirus, UK health minister is worried about the Indian variant of coronavirus. They're putting a lot of resources to tackle the Indian variant. Morrison CEO says optimism in the UK regarding COVID-19 will encourage consumers to celebrate events this year, such as Euro 2020. Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, that's a great point by Niranjan Fernando in the chat. It's not just cars that use oil, right? Yeah, I talked to Seed in like a one-on-one chat. He's just been doing his thing. I think he got tired of the YouTube trolls on while he was streaming. There's a lot of people who don't appreciate the fact that we're doing a free stream and talking about the markets, giving our viewpoints on the charts and walking people through analysis and trades. And we still get shit tons of trolls and shit like that. And then these marketers get all this attention and exposure for being scumbags. So I think he just got tired of the trolls and just took a break because he makes good money trading by himself. You know what I mean? And he has his little course service as well. So that's why Monty took a break too. All right, so London just opened up here. Let's just look at how these hourly candles closed. We're still in that consolidation zone. Within UCAD, you guys know what we're looking for there. What's this? Oh, no, nothing. Gold is still in this range. We're not touching it unless we get those confirms. You can always rewind it. I really gotta go to the washroom here. I'm gonna keep GJ on the 1 minute chart just in case we do break above these 1 minute high areas to start taking buys. I really have to go to the washroom though, alright? Make sure you guys like and subscribe. It's free to do, free to share. Don't forget to keep Monty's stream open here. He should have some more viewers. If you guys are on your computer, if you guys are on your internet browser, go to YouTube, search Trade with Monty, open up his stream on a different tab and leave it muted and just open there. That's what I got going. Send him a like. All right. Send him a like, subscribe to him, turn the post notifications on over there. And then watch him and keep it open on different tabs. Just mute it. And I just got to go to the washroom, and then we're going to be looking for those trade ideas to execute on. Honestly, if Euro USD breaks below here too, that's still a 25 pip scalp we can take. And UCAD we want up here. US 30 we want 1 hour candles closures above here. Price action's looking good. This hourly candle, yeah, it's looking pretty good in my opinion. If we get a 1 minute order block, I just got to go to the washroom here. Gold we're not touching until we either get a reaction at 1828 or we come back above 1839. I'm going to be back here. You got your headlines to the left of the screen. I just got to go to the washroom super bad. Be right back there. You guys see the big ass be right back sign? The Zoom chat doesn't, but... All right. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Euro USD, we're not touching unless we get the bounce off 1.21. Or we come back above 2145. Still just in a little bit of a range here. USD CAD we might get our setup soon as we get the 1 minute price action confirms above 2120. So we're going to keep keeping an eye on this. Did we retest the key level? No, we didn't on this new hourly candle. I thought it would have been nice if we got that higher risk retest, but we did not. US 30, we didn't get the 1 minute candle confirms yet for those safer buys, but we might get it at 34,600. What's this? GJ's just ranging, still rejected 0.800, no buys on GJ yet. There's no entries on anything called yet. We didn't get the confirms on US 30 at the 1 minute highs with this price action here. So we're just back in this range where we're going to look for better risk versus reward buys at 34,600 or back above the 1 minute highs. There's nothing good. Like, I don't see anything clean to exit. Like, sorry, I don't see anything clean on GJ here at all. Gold, I don't see anything clean on gold yet. Euro USD, we might get our pullback. The closest one so far is USD CAD for the setup. So I'm going to keep it on USD CAD. Because I'm looking to, once we clear above here, start reacting to these price points and take scalps to the upside. Let me zoom out more here, sorry. Once we break above this price point, I want to start taking scalps to these price sensitivity areas to the left. Yeah. So I'm just waiting for, but be patient. London just opened up. I personally look at US 30. I look at US 30 and trade US 30 for the stock market index, but it moves very similar to NASDAQ and stuff like that as well. We're gonna watch reactions at 34,600 if we break below to sell scalp or for our high risk buys. So far, nothing yet. Remember I told you guys that if GJ breaks above here, it'll signal a lot more buyers momentum. So same type of idea, but you could see how you reject those 0.800, those PPLs on the dot. Even with London open volume, you go straight to that 0.800 psychological price level and fail to break still. But right now we're just in this intraday range, man. GJ is just ranging right now. Same with gold. UCAD, we might get a pullback to this candle body high or the buys above 2120 actually. But it's looking pretty good if we get this pullback or the break above 2120. Oh shit, sorry about that flashbang, everybody. Hit the wrong button on this screen. Everybody probably got their eyes flashed there. EU, if you want to scalp the break of these lows, like that's what we were talking about, yeah, for the pullback. But we don't have so many lower time frame confirms just yet. At the break of these lows, we're just reacting there on the dot. Yeah, sorry about the flash on the eyes. I hit the wrong button on this like epic pen thing. UCAD looks good, man. UCAD's gonna go nice. I'm just waiting to clear above here. We're going to get a nice impulsive scalp too. What's this? we're bullish on gold. You know what I mean? I'm still bullish on gold. I'm 1828, 1839, 1845. We're only selling gold if we break below these last price sensitivity areas that extended into a new high, which would be below 1828. Other than that, we're just patiently waiting for the buy setups. There's nothing really nice to enter on any of these intraday ranges right now. I feel like that would just be forcing a trade compared to other session times or other times we're in the markets where you have a lot cleaner setups and a lot cleaner trending markets. Right now on gold, GJ, GPUSD, we're just in an intraday range as we've had strong impulsive moves for the last couple of weeks. Euro USD, we're just waiting for that pullback to 1.21. UCAD looks good in my opinion to set up some nice buy scalps coming up to these 1 minute highs. And US 30 is just back in this 1 minute order block in range. We're looking at a key decision point for US 30 at 34,600. But right now, 1 dead, 3 injured after a shooting at Kazan school. Where is this? Kazan school? I don't know. What country is this? But right now, I'm just waiting for the GJ confirms above 0.800. And what I'm telling you guys, UCAD price action, like I was telling you guys, for those entries still looks good. But I do want to have some clean candle closures above these price points to the left, so we can get that 10-15 pip squeeze. My phone. Let's see how oh, Russia, that's in Russia. Someone said Kazakhstan. No, it's not. You made that up because fucking name of it. Now, we're only looking for US 30 sell scalps if we have bearish candle closures below 34,600 and a clean break below. Otherwise, we're just reacting there. So, I'd rather let the pullback just... Oh, shit. Did this hurt your guys' ears again? No way. Oh, shit. My bad. My bad. I turned my volume off. Shit. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Let me turn all the sound off on all these alerts. It's this play sound thing. Yeah, it keeps you guys awake though. 1 minute chart is just for entries we look for, because you can see price action the cleanest. Okay, now, if you got entries in USD CAD in the 211 area, the bullish price action is getting a little bit weaker here. If you get any bearish candle closures back in this range, just get out of your trade area, or sorry, just get out of that trade, because I think we're going to get a deeper pullback to these candle body highs and then come back above. So I don't see any good real entries based on the 1 minute price action at our key areas just yet. All right. If you have a UCAD entry already, if you get any bearish candle closures back below here, then exit your trade, because we're going to get a deeper pullback and then potential buys back to the upside. But I would just like to create a little bit of a lower time frame support at 1.211 and continue right back to the upside. If we can get bullish candle closures above these current bodies, that'll show us a lot more momentum. But right now, the buyer's price action is getting a little bit weaker here, and we had this stronger bearish candle. So I think we're going to get a deeper pullback for the new 30-minute candle as well. You see what I mean? GJ just in a range. GJ, we're going to take buys. If we come back above these 1 minute highs, we're taking buy scalps. But there's still no good entries. That's why I'm telling you guys, be patient and relax. I don't see any good entries on anything yet. I'll tell you guys if I do. US 30s. US 30, see exactly where it's still teased and closed at the key level and those previous 1 minute lows. But it's still looking bearish in the price action, but you had a reaction there so far. If we can see dollar break above these highs and continue and do that pullback we're talking about, it's going to be nice for our UCAD buy scalps. This is still looking good, but you need bullish candle closures above these candle bodies, and then you're going to get an easy 10, 15, 20 pip squeeze above 2113, all right? Otherwise, if you don't get bullish candle closures above there, the new 30 minutes going to come back in this range and give a deeper pullback, then possibly continue up. So I don't see any good entries yet. GJ though, we might get a good entry soon. No, US 30, this is just the lower time frame, right? So US 30, we've had buyers peak new highs, and we're just having profit taking from those highs in a pullback to retest a better demanded price, right? So just because you're having US 30 a bit bearish on the intraday time frames, it's not a news-based move. It's just the transaction of buyers printing that high and having that profit taking, sellers jumping in to relieve them out of the market. So because when you zoom out on US 30, it's extremely bullish, you know? So it's just after the new high was printed, you're having a pullback phase. Pretty strong reaction at the key level though. Sells, I don't personally like to take US 30 sells. I like to let the pullbacks happen and take buys. Now, with this bounce on US 30, if we double bottom here and fail to break, high risk buys we're talking about. Otherwise, the safer buys are still above 24/7. Also, GJ setting up buys soon. GJ setting up buys very soon. We just need to get the 1 minute candle closures above these bodies and break above this range in the lower time frame. Right above here. Once GJ clears this on the 1 minute above 153.84, we should see a nice impulsive move to 154. But right now, we didn't have any 1 minute candle closures above these rejection points just yet. But we also didn't break the lows yet either. All right. Yeah, gold. I'm not touching gold because it's just in this intraday. This is looking a lot cleaner soon, man. Gold, I'm not touching just because it's in this intraday range. And it can get very messy and stressful as you're trying to play these types of ranges. I'd rather wait for the pullback to 1828 and watch the reaction for the high risk, high reward buys there, or come back above 1839 for the safer buys back to these highs and continuation to the upside. We do have some short-term US dollar strength though. If we break above these highs as well, which could give us that gold pullback. Euro USD, this is why I didn't want anybody to sell it. And UCAD, this is why I didn't want anybody to enter buys without the proper confirms. You can see we're getting that pullback. GJ is looking a lot cleaner after that candle I was talking about. And the price action is looking a lot better. But what you don't want to see now, if you took that entry, is you don't want to have any bearish candles engulf back below 820. If you get minor bullish candle pullbacks now, that's fine. What you want to see is continued 1 minute bullish candles, minor bearish pullbacks, and continuations to the upside. So we had these aggressive pullbacks in 0.800 as our support level as well. And now you want to see continued pushes to the upside, minor bearish pullbacks. You don't want to see a bearish engulfing candle back in the range. So we have 7 minutes until the new 30-minute candle like this. You don't want to see this. I don't want to see this candle close back below these bodies. If the next candle goes bearish, it's all sorry. If the next candle makes a quick lower wick and turns back bullish, it's still good. But if we come back below 820, then get out of this trade. If you come back below this yellow box, then stay out of GJ for now because it didn't show us enough buyers momentum to break above. And we would have to clear above these 1 minute highs to validate more buyers momentum now. So what I'll describe you guys the price action reading. Okay, so this was very strong momentum. Then you had the consecutive bullish candle right after at our significant price point, right? Then you have this very aggressive bearish candle which engulfs the previous body, showing me less buyers momentum. And now you have this bullish candle. If it closes with a weaker body like this, is the next candle has higher probability of going bearish back down as we're getting weaker bullish momentum there. Okay? Do you see what I'm saying? So that's how I read the price action, is based on the size of the candles, where they're closing as per rejection areas, and what it's telling me with momentum or not. So when I saw this candle create that upper wick and engulf the bullish candle, it didn't show me as much buyer's momentum. And then you see this following bullish candle close with that weaker body, showing even less buyer's momentum, and then you get what I was telling you guys. So I'm not seeing any confirmations yet based on the price action because we're really just ranging across most pairs right now. Maybe on the new 30-minute candle in another 5 minutes. Caught 30 pips on gold. Let's get it. Shut up, bro. Send us a screenshot right now. Let's see. Send us your live account screenshot right now. Let's see what you caught. Let's see what you caught in this range. Send it to us, bro. Osmic FX. Message me right now, bro. Message me right now, bro. Show us, bro. Show us the gold. Show us the gold trade you took here. I don't know what the fuck you took. Some bounce or sell here. Send it to us. And okay, so see how I was talking about that price action on GJ where it wasn't showing me clean buyer's momentum? Same thing when I was looking at UCAD here. See how the bullish candle started getting smaller and smaller in size, and then you had this bearish candle engulf it? Right? Where's my phone? The hell? That's what was signaling. That's what was signaling to me less buyer's momentum when you're getting those smaller candles there. What the hell is this, bro? Oh, did you message me? So you know what I mean? So now what's going to validate that we got this pullback I was talking about is coming back above these 1 minute highs. Then we can take that scalp and put our stop loss below here now. All right? GJ as well. GJ, if this candle closes bullish, this is looking a lot better now too. But we have to engulf this bearish candle, and then the next candle we need to close above there. Let's wait for the new 30-minute in 2 more minutes. Oh, you sent a chart? Bro, what the fuck is this, bro? Send your trade you took. So this is a trading view chart. What's this fucking signal? Send your trade, bro. You need to do some cardio as well, man. This is a fucking screenshot of a trading view chart. These are trades. These are trades. Live account trades executed in the market. You make money on it or you lose money on it. You know? You take losers, you make winners, and then you end up with a profit or loss. This is just a chart. What is good advice? Man's gotta do fucking cardio. Got a lot of body fat. You guys are acting like I gave him something that's gonna cause destruction on his life. No, bro, we're not giving you hate. This is good advice here. I'm just, because I asked to see the trade you took, not the chart, you know? Why don't you put, and, I don't, never mind, man. Never mind, bro. I didn't, because I personally saw nothing to take on gold here. It's just in a range. No, bro. You said, hey guys, just got 30 pips. Yo, bro, don't, yeah, bro. I was just being, I'm liking this little order block. Wait, is this a new 30-minute candle? Did it make a lower wick here? Let's see if we can get some nice buys in this new 30-minute. If this, it didn't give the cleanest close above, at least it closed bullish. If we can still hold above 0.800 here in the 1 minute, I want to start to, I think we could get the squeeze back up to these highs. It's just very slow price action now and not showing me the strongest price action confirmed so far. But I like this little order block. And I like if we clear above these 1 minute highs here. So the new 30-minute looking a lot better. USD CAD, no entry confirmed yet. Euro USD, no entry confirmed. GJ 0.800. Oh, sorry, I gotta put this down. 0.800 is right here. But the bullish price action's looking good. Now that we stay above these previous price sensitivity areas, but still, it's pretty slow still. I don't want to engulf this push. I just want to start flipping more bullish now and continuing back up in this fashion. I don't want to engulf this bullish candle. You know how every little bullish push we've had where it looks like momentum's developing, then you get a candle that corrects it and engulfs it. If that bearish candle does the same thing here, it does not look good. But if we just create a little wick here or close above the previous candle bodies and still have like a half bearish candle close, then it's still looking good. See how it made that little wick right at that low? So if you have a weaker bearish candle close like this in like 10 seconds and you make that wick, it's still looking good. But I don't want to, if we engulf this bullish candle, then the momentum's just looking a lot weaker and we're just going to back to range. So see what I mean here? See how you're engulfing that push that we just, that little minor push that we just had? I like the little order block at 0.800. I just don't want this little push to get engulfed. I want this candle to close weaker bearish or start to flip back bullish and close above these bodies. And then you're going to have a stronger momentum to squeeze back up to 154. You know what I mean? So if this candle closes like this with a wick in a bullish body, that's still good, but you need the next candle to close bullish above these bodies to signal more buyers momentum. Yeah, see? What the hell was that? So if we close back below here, if you have 0.800 entries, you got to get out. Because you don't have validation to extend the scalps. I know some of you CH members took the 0.800 entry, but we don't have good buyers momentum as per the price action and volumes. Right? I don't see anything on GU either. Like GU, this is the hourly chart on GU. It's just in a range. We haven't taken any entries yet, except some private members took a 0.800 entry on GJ. And I think UCAD might be setting up soon. And US 30 didn't give us anything shit yet. I'm just breaking down how I read 1 minute price action of what tells me of what's showing more buyers momentum so I can extend my scalps, or what's showing me to exit those positions or wait for better setups. You know what I mean? But as per entries, there hasn't really been anything too clean yet. I like how we're still rejecting 0.800 though on this new 5 minute candle, but still not clean price action. We're looking for, if UCAD, you get 1 minute candle closures above here, I'm taking buy scalps with my stop below here, but I need a bullish candle above here for the entry, at least on the breakout, and then a pullback that doesn't engulf it and doesn't break lower, or continuations right back up, you know? No, some members have a 0.800 buy open that they sent me on GJ. I don't have any trades open right now. I'm looking for potential UCAD buys above these candle bodies. 1 minute close above these bodies. All right? Where I put my stop below here. And I look for 15, 20 pip profits. What the hell? GJ freaking nice bounce off 0.800 still, man. And you guys hold your 0.800 still? You guys still hold it? I knew you fuckers did. Close 50%. I didn't take that one, no. I didn't see clean price. I didn't get a 0.800 entry, and then I switched. I was looking at the UCAD chart when we came down here. If you guys caught it though, that's pretty good. Or you closed that break even, as long as you didn't take a loss. Nobody took a loss, right? Gold's just messy. UCAD no confirms yet. US 30 did give us that double bottom at 34,600. If you took the entries at 34,600, you have to break above this 1 minute high to extend your buys up. Otherwise, it will come right back down to your entry. So now you don't we had a pretty aggressive bounce here. You just don't want us to come back down a point. Like if you have 0.800 buys, you're pretty much good at this point, because now you just want to stay above these previous price points, and we're getting much stronger bullish price action now as volumes coming in after that new 30-minute candle, right? So it's not like you're seeing any bearish engulfing candles here. It's not like you're seeing any weaker bullish candles. You just had this little liquidity grab and the candle turned bullish still, you know? You just don't want to see any aggressive bearish pullbacks. But this still looks good. Even if you get weaker bearish candles here or minor bearish pullbacks to like these price sensitivity areas on the 1 minute, you're still valid to hold those 0.800 buys. But if you break back below here, we're going to do the same thing where we keep ranging. UCAD, no confirms yet still. Do I think US 30 will drop to 34,500? Only if we break 34,600 at these previous 1 minute lows and rejection points. And then you could probably get a 100-point drop there. But right now, it's just been ranging up and down about 30 points above the level. Nothing hasn't done really anything too significant. Pretty quiet night so far. It's a no trade night for me. I didn't get to enter anything. I didn't see clean enough confirms. Just some capital hungry private members got that 0.800 scalp, but even that's not that clean. Pretty shitty London session in my opinion, as per the volume and volatility. So I'm not gonna force a trade. I didn't take no trade yet, and the markets are very very shitty price action. Like any little push is getting instantly corrected. We're seeing, you know what I mean? So sometimes the best position to have in the market is no position. Because sometimes when you're entering playing these types of markets, you're just going to be stressing yourself out, getting angry, and burning out your mental energy, you know? But I was telling you guys from the start of London, shit was looking pretty messy. Don't forget though, these same trade ideas for GJ buys is still active for New York session. Same thing with like our UCAD setup we want. All these setups, they're still active if we get cleaner volume and stronger volatility through New York, right? What is the best way for a new trader to learn all this shit? Well, like, yeah, I guess back testing. Yeah, I agree, Dylan. The session been super booty cheeks. This has been a shitty London session. You know, Daniel and JP already trying to take 10 gold, trying to take 10 GJ scalps, just fighting that range. Probably try to take a sell. Yeah, we don't have confirms for any clean entries. Just ranging markets overnight tonight across all pairs. Gold's ranging. Our precious metal safe havens ranging. Currency pairs are ranging. GU, GJ, Euro USD as well. UCAD is in this intraday range. Today's looking like a no trade day up to this point so far. But don't forget, alright guys, I got a flight to India. Just enter a GJ trade right now. I don't draw any zones on the 30 minutes, so I can't give you advice on that. Sorry about that. Yeah, maybe. GJ just moving like shit. I don't like these. Like it's just going. Like I don't like these 5 pip pullbacks, 5 pip to the upside, slowly making its way to 154, but it's just not clean price action. What do I think of FTMO? Why does it matter what I think of FTMO? What do you think of FTMO? If I say my opinion, then people get mad. But it's up to you. You know what I mean? You guys can do whatever you want. What do you think Monty's doing? No, the candles aren't violent. It's just about reading price action just like any other time frame. I'm just looking at the size of the candles. I'm looking at the wicks, where they're closing, and what this tells me about buyers or sellers' momentum and pressure, right? Like GJ still respected the 0.800 buy area. It just hasn't been the, like for example, like look at this. I would look out of this range. For example, look at sometimes when you get nights like this, where you get your 20, where the price action is just as clean as it can be, and you get your 20 pip range. You have stronger bullish candles, consecutive bullish candles, minor bearish pullbacks. No reason to close those scalps. Do you understand what I'm saying? Look at this type of price action on the 1 minute for a 30 pip trade from PPL to PPL, or something like this, where you get your order block and support above 153.5 here, and then observe this price action. You have stronger bullish candles. You don't have any bearish candles that engulf a bullish push or break the structure. You get this little minor liquidity zone, but again, no bearish engulfing candles, and then consecutive bullish candles. So compare this type of run from a 20 pip. This is 30 pips, right? Compare this 30 pip run and the price action there. Compare this 30 pip run. Look at this 30 pip run, 20 pips, when you're looking at the price action from PPL to PPL. Just straight bullish candles, 1 minute, minor bearish pullbacks. You have your confirms to hold, right? And now when you're looking at that type of price action with cleaner volume and volatility, compare that to this. Does this look clean to you? Does that make sense to everybody? Look at you're not getting consecutive bullish candles here. You're not getting stronger bullish pushes and minor bearish pullbacks. You're just getting this very messy range here. You're getting minor pushes and just as equal corrective sells. Like for example here, GJ could have very well dug another 15 pips lower. This isn't clean price action in my opinion of like how it was moving. So when I want all of you guys to understand that this is simply well, now it's going, but this is a 20 pip range here, right? Even if GJ goes to 154 now, when you're looking at this price action here over the last 30-40 minutes, and you're comparing it to other times when GJ is trending and we played those buys. For example, even here, even this is cleaner price action. Look at this. Look at this. Because it's a quarter point on GJ. You gotta go watch the webinars, bro. You guys are retards. So I'm not saying those buys aren't good. I'm saying compared to other times in the market when we have cleaner volume and volatility, you have much cleaner plays on GJ running from psychological price level to psychological price level as 20 pip range scalps when you're looking at the consecutive 1 minute candle closures. And look where you get the reactions to all the times. Right? Look at those types of pieces of market structure and price action. Compared to this. Like, regardless if GJ went up right now, 10, 15 pips, to me, as an experienced trader, that was not a good setup for me. Compared to other setups that are much cleaner price action to read, cleaner volumes and volatility. That's all I'm trying to explain to you guys. Does that make sense? Right? You guys can go to GJ, backtest these psychological price levels, and look at any time we've been trending bullish, and as we've had these upside moves between our PPLs. Even this price action is cleaner than what we've had tonight, where you have bullish candles, minor bearish pullbacks that don't engulf the moves, and continuations to the upside. We're dealing with something tonight like this. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not nice. You don't have to trade when the market's like this. Right? Sometimes you can get it in a minute, 2 minutes, but no, here. Look at this. Look at when you go from psychological price level to psychological price level. This took longer, but look at the price action. You have stronger bullish consecutive candles, this minor consolidation zone, but no shift in structure, and you slowly made your way up to 151.8 with no bearish engulfing pushes to the bottom. No coming all the way right back down to the level again and retesting it 100 times. Just slowly making your way with consecutive bullish candles, minor consolidation zones up to the next psychological price level. You know? Like, look, see? See? See, I told you. You guys want to trade this shit? It's stressful, man. That's what I mean. Look at the price action. It's disgusting. Alright, UCAD now. Alright, now. What time is it? We have 8 minutes till this hourly candle close. I think we should better to wait for the hourly candle now because we made this little order block. What I'd be looking for is the new hourly candle to retest, come back above buys, stop below here. Alright. Yeah, look at this. It came right back down another 10 pips in like 2 minutes. The price action is disgusting. See, he'll tell you right here. Just joined CH on Monday and my trading has already improved with managing trades on the 1 minute time frame. Love this shit. And this guy's like, honestly, bro. You know what I mean? Honestly. US 30 finally breaking lower, but we didn't touch that anyways because it was just consolidating on top of 34,600. UCAD's looking good actually. UCAD's looking good. To me, maybe even get entries for this 7 minutes before the hourly candle closes. If you get bullish candle closures above here, I'd be looking for UCAD entries. You guys can send charts as well through TradingView code. Fuck, that's not a good candle right there. But if we get bullish candle closures above here, I'm taking an entry before the hourly. Otherwise, I'm waiting for the new hourly candle. But UCAD's looking like it's starting to set up better price action confirms and coming above the buy area we wanted. Gold's just ranging overnight. GJ's right back to people's entries. Governor Bailey should just bring continued optimism for the British pound, in my opinion, but probably just be fairly neutral. So most likely he's going to say economic recovery still looking good. The key important factors are vaccinations. There's good progression regarding Brexit for economic recovery on in the UK markets. But there's still a lot of downside risks that remain with new COVID variants, as well as vaccine distribution issues. I think they're just going to follow suit and follow the same tone as the Federal Reserve did. But yeah, so see, now nobody, I bet all you guys were so mad at me when I was like, GJ doesn't look good. GJ doesn't look good. I bet all you guys are so mad when it pushed up and you're like, fuck man, we should have entered. And now you're probably like, oh, thanks Jeeve. Thanks Jeeve, I stayed out of GJ. You guys are probably having so much FOMO right here, and now all your FOMO's gone. Think about trading psychology. For anybody who didn't have GJ buys, at this 1 minute candle, you all had FOMO. You all had FOMO. Tell the truth. You all had FOMO. Even though I was saying it still looks like shit, you all had FOMO. You're all like, fuck, man. I should have entered. I knew I should have entered. And I was like, nah, man, it's not good. And now your FOMO's gone. Isn't that crazy? You had FOMO 5 minutes ago. Now your FOMO's gone 2 minutes later. And you're like, oh, wow. I'm really happy I didn't enter. That's the fucking crazy. That's the crazy seduction of the markets. You know? Everybody, I know all of you guys, while I was saying, hey, it doesn't look good, you saw this 1 minute candle and you're like, fuck, man. We should have took those buys. Fuck, man. I got FOMO. And then you saw, and now here you're happy again. Yeah, we're gonna wait for the new hourly candles. Guys, I was gonna drill the charts. GBP USD, buy target, but okay, now what I want you to understand with this, okay? This is a very key point that I tell my capital hungry private members, and I'm also gonna give you guys this cheat code as well. Listen to me. Trend lines are very subjective. Your trend line here could have been drawn here as well, but never mind that. Let's say we're going by your trend line, and what you're trying to tell me is when the trend line gets broken and you can retest it, you're breaking bullish market structure, right? So when people draw a trend line and the trend line gets broken, you're trying to say bullish market structure is broken and we're going to continue down or retest and continue down, correct? But trend lines are subjective. Price points aren't. What is the last price point that led to a higher high on GU? That would be the last higher low or structural bullish point. It's here. From this price sensitivity area, roughly at 37183, you had buyers extend up into new higher highs. Then you had a pullback go right back to that same demanded price and fail to break. You would have to break below that price point to show you a shift in the trend and more seller's pressure and bearish market structure. Do you get what I'm saying? So just because you can have a break of a trend line does not mean you have a break of the market structure. What I mean by that is when you're zooming in here and you draw your trend line out, it makes sense. You can play this trend line and you can play that structure for an extended period of time. But you have to understand, from this consolidation area, we pushed into new higher intraday highs. From those highs, we had profit taking. This is that last, and look where the pullback came to, where you had this double bottom. Exactly that same price point. You would have to break below there to show more sellers pressure and bearish market structure and a break of the bullish trend. That's why, because we didn't break below there, you had an extension to the upside. Let me give you guys an example of this on the higher time frames on Euro USD. GJ just fucking wilding out, man. Fuck it. We're not touching that dirty shit. Look at Euro USD. Okay? I can draw a trend line on Euro USD like this. But what is the last higher low price point that extended us up into new highs? It's here. From this price point, you consolidated, had a double bottom, and pushed up into new highs. Correct? Then from these new highs, you had profit taking and a more aggressive pullback happen. Look where that pullback went to. As buyers jumped back into the market to go back to these highs. You would have to break below these price points technically to validate seller structure and bearish market structure. Just because you broke the trend line does not mean you broke bullish market structure. But does that make sense? So that's why trend lines can be very subjective. You want to look at price points that led to where buyers jumped in and went to a new high. So it's the same type of idea as that GU trend line, where you can draw the trend line, but the last piece of the last higher low that went into a higher high is here. And then we pushed into this high. Then you had a pullback happen because you, at this new high, you had profit taking. Take you right back to the same demand zone. Right? Tonight so far has been a no trade night. UCAD, we didn't get the clean setups, but we're waiting for this new hourly candle, which just opened up anyways. So we haven't had any clean setups on UCAD yet. US 30 still bouncing around. We didn't take anything there. Euro USD has been ranging as well. We didn't take anything there. GJ's just been absolutely disgusting up and down. Unless you're hyper scalping it, but we didn't touch that. Tonight has been a no trade night. It's out of our control, but guess what? When it's out of our control, we don't stress about it. We stay emotionally neutral. We conserve our mental energy. And we make sure we zoom out, review our analysis, and when we do get cleaner setups, execute during those times. Sadly, we did not get that during this London session. But the private chat and the previous OG hyenas, they'll tell you, when we get the 1 minute confirms, we execute on that stuff. You know what I mean? ZEW economic sentiment. You know? The industrial production. This one, industrial output. I don't trust Euro USD because we didn't break above that price point yet. And it's a new hourly candle. And we just, yeah. The stop loss on the 1 minute is dependent on market structure that develops. So for example, let's say we're looking for USD CAD buys. Let's say we're looking to take advantage of those USD CAD buy ideas, which is pretty much if we break above these candle body highs that we're expecting from these lows printed by buyers, we're going to get an upside move and a pullback before better sells. If we're taking those buys on the 1 minute time frame, I would go down to the 1 minute time frame to identify market structure points that would invalidate my trade. Meaning, when I'm looking at UCAD here, if I'm looking for buys above this price point, I would put my stop loss below these 1 minute lows. So if we are ranging here and we break above 1.214 and I take those buys, my stop loss would be below these 1 minute lows, because I know if the 1 minute breaks below there, we're going to go right back down to the key level, and I don't want to sacrifice any more of that loss there that's unneeded. So stop losses are adjusted to market structure of where your trade would be invalid, and this has to be adjusted to what style of trade you're taking. If you're taking a scalp trade, you want to adjust it to lower time frame market structure. If you're taking swing trades or intraday trades, you want to adjust it to intraday market structure. So let me tell you what I mean about that. Let's say you wanted to take this more as an intraday trade. So I was talking about if you wanted quick 10, 15, 20 pip scalps, I would have my stop loss below that 1 minute low, right? But let's say you wanted this to go all the way up for that retest at 70 pips up, and you want to take advantage of those buys all the way up. Your buys would be invalid if we break below these candle body lows. So you would have to look for a setup like this if you're looking to intraday trade and be in the market for potentially hours, right? Because this type of trade could take hours, a full day to play out. So you would have to have this type of setup where your intraday buy wouldn't be invalid unless we break below these candle body lows, which would signal more sellers pressure to dig lower. Do you understand? So your stop loss has to be adjusted on market structure of where your trade idea would be wrong, where your trade idea is invalid, and you no longer want to take any more of a loss from there. So if it was an intraday trade, this is still like a 1 to 3 setup, but your trade would be invalid if you get the break above here and you're entering. Your trade would be invalid if we break below these candle bodies, meaning you know that if you get candle closures below here, UCAD's going to drop lower, higher probability of it dropping lower. So why sacrifice any more of a loss than that, which invalidates your trade? Or for example, if I was taking scalps on the 1 minute time frame, and let's just say we had those confirms above these 1 minute highs, I'm looking for 20 pips. Even if I put my stop below these candle body lows, it's only a 10 pip stop, 8 pip stop based on lower time frame market structure, where if we fail to break these 1 minute lows and we create that little order block and consolidation, if we break above 1.215 and I take those buys, my scalp buys would be invalidated if we break below here. You get what I'm saying? So your stop loss, first, you have to understand what style of trade are you taking. Are you taking a scalp where you're going to be in and out of the markets, maybe in 10, 15, 30 minutes max, playing session volume, looking for a 10, 15, 30 pip TP? Or are you looking for an intraday style trade where you're going to be looking to be in the market for hours, maybe a whole entire day through an entire session? Or are you swing trading and you're looking to be in the market for days or weeks? Then you have to adjust your stop loss based on where your trade would be invalid on that market structure. I don't personally swing trade, I scalp, and look to get 20, 30 pips profit while scalping. And if the markets allow so, extend into intraday trades. Meaning, if I take a scalp trade, I will personally usually take 2 to 3 positions at that one entry price. Meaning, let's just say UCAD gives us a setup. If UCAD gives us a setup and we break and retest above our buy area for that trade idea, right? Now I'd have to put my stop below here based on the last market structure low point. But anyways, I would take about 2 to 3 positions here. My stop is still going to be in the same area. If I go and get 10 pips profit, 15 pips profit, I'm going to close one position to take my risk out of the market and close some positions as a scalp profit. If I go up to my 20 pip target, I'm going to close another position. The third position, I'm going to set it break even and let it potentially run to intraday targets if the volume and volatility allows so. Sometimes your risk-free scalp trade runners can end up being intraday trades if you have the patience to hold them. All of this is explained in the Capital Hungry webinars as well. The free webinars. But anyways, tonight, guys, I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm saying I'm sorry. It's not my fault we didn't get any clean setups. You know what I mean? But the market's range tonight. We didn't get any good confirms to enter on anything. Tonight was a no trade night. We still got to look at the fundamentals and technicals. We still got to do analysis across the pairs. The same trade ideas that we said are still very much valid throughout New York session and Asian session. Okay? School shooter there? God damn. Second school shooter? Oh, he just got killed. Okay? We didn't get to execute on any trades today, but that's fine. We're going to conserve our mental energy. We're going to stay as emotionally neutral as possible, and we're going to wait for those cleaner confirms. Don't forget about your mental reminders and your trading psychology, which is one of our biggest focus as manual traders. Don't forget about the economic events that we have through New York session if you're trading New York. I've been awake since like yesterday 1 p.m. You know what I mean? That's my schedule. I know everybody always asks about my schedule. So with the private channel, usually I'll go to sleep around 5-6 a.m. Then I'll sleep from 6 a.m. till about 12. I'll sleep for about 4 to 6 hours depending how much sleep I need. Then at 12, I'll usually drink some water, eat some breakfast, do some stretches, and then from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m., I'll send a New York market update to the private chat. Right? So I'll send a New York market update to the private chat or an Asian market update. Then I'll either send some chart updates or we'll just be talking through the chats through Asian, and then I'll work out during Asian session hours, cook and do anything else I need to, meal prep. And then after I work out, we do our London session. Then we primarily run our London session from like 2 a.m. Eastern till like Asian session close. And then it's pretty much my life is a blur of that rinse and repeat. Excluding family stuff, excluding my personal trading, excluding girlfriend shit. You know what I mean? But a lot of people ask about like when I sleep, so I thought I'd just tell you guys. They're always like, oh, when do you sleep, bro? It seems like you're always awake. I sleep from about 6 a.m., 7 a.m. Eastern till about 12, 1-ish, anywhere from like 11 to 1. All right? Don't forget your key fundamental points as well. And I'm gonna go to sleep soon. I'm starving. I got to I'm gonna just go heat up some food here, get a little protein in, and then I need to get some sleep. I'm exhausted. All right, everybody, take care. Tonight was a no trade night, but it is what it is. Nobody took any losses, right? Nobody took any L's. Unless you guys were unless you guys were fighting GJ. Somebody, I know, tell the truth. Somebody was fighting GJ. Jamar's honest. All right. Somebody was fighting GJ tonight. One break even, no trades. Okay, good, good. No L's, right? US 30. GJ? I told you guys don't touch GJ, man. Look at this shit. Why'd you guys take GJ still? Journal it, alright? It's all good. Losses happen. Losses are part of the game and 100% inevitable. There's a good psychology webinar here that you guys should watch. It talks about that and about the risk versus reward ratios and focusing on the long term. JP sent 2 times long cheese. Don't forget, everybody, you have tons and tons of free resources at your fingertips. People who are asking about how the private channel works, there's also a webinar about how the private... Listen, unlike these marketers, you know exactly what you're getting into when you sign up for Capital Hungry Private Channel because it's on the website, and you also have videos that'll show you, hey, this is exactly what you're getting into. You know what I mean? You know exactly what's going to happen with the week, at the start of the week to the end of the week. Exactly what you're going to get. Ask any of these guys in the private channel. Have you guys been false advertised to? Has there been any false advertising in the private channel? Have I told you I'm a millionaire? Have I told you I'm a 6-figure professional trader? Have I told you about some algorithm to buy into? Did you... Right? Did you not get everything you get when you sign up? Like whatever's called, whatever's... I can't even talk anymore. I'm gonna give myself a stroke. There's no clickbait. It's just straight financial market information and knowledge. Fundamentals, technicals, news terminal, key level price alerts. Look at our gang here, man. Look at these guys. Look at these guys, bro. We talk about the markets. You got session alerts, newsroom, members sharing their trade ideas. Our Zoom sessions we do every London. Fuck the rest. No hyenas. All right, everybody. I'm very tired though. I'm gonna call it a night here. No trade night for me. Hopefully, there's a no trade night for you as well. What's Elon Musk? Look at Elon, yo. Elon just did a Twitter poll. Do you want Tesla to accept Doge? This guy's a troll. Elon Musk is the biggest troll in the world, eh? This guy's like Tony Stark. He can just do whatever the fuck he wants. He just pays the price. He just pays the SEC fines, man. This guy's hilarious. Elon, I wonder do you think Doge went up with that? Psh. Oh, yeah. What the fuck, man? Fucking Elon, man. This bastard, yo. Doge spiking hard on that fucking headline right there. Doge spiking hard. That headline just came out 1 minute ago, and Doge spiking hard. Just from him doing a Twitter poll. He's a billionaire troll, eh? He can do whatever the fuck he wants. It's, yeah, huge manipulation. He's like, hey, you guys, do you want Tesla to accept Doge? Like, what a dick, eh? He's a real-life Tony Stark. Yo, Monty, what's going on? We still got your fucking session open. Oh, you're done. But we had your session open the whole time, bro. Just muted because your voice pisses me off. No, I'm just... No, we didn't take anything tonight, bro. GJ didn't give us a clean setup. Price action was disgusting. Gold is ranging. Most pairs were ranging tonight. Capital Hungry private members also got a crypto newsroom. Capital Hungry private members got a financial market newsroom, but also a crypto newsroom. You know what I mean? But I can't believe this guy. Doge is... We should have fucking took Doge buys. This guy's a troll, man. This guy's the biggest troll. Wow. Do you think he's actually gonna have Tesla accept Doge? I don't think so, man. I think he's just saying that to troll. I don't think he's gonna have Tesla accept Doge. He's probably gonna let it pump up more and then say never mind, and then it's gonna dump. You just went from this disgusting price action to everybody just jumped in this shit. This shit's pumping right now. Yeah, my ego's pretty bad. I agree. Fucking not as bad as fucking Elon's ego, man. This guy just pumped this shit. Imagine, and it's not even, yo, you know what the most fucked up part of this about this is? It's not like he actually said Tesla's accepting Doge now. This guy just made a Twitter poll. This is crazy. Like, isn't this mind-blowing? It's not like he said, hey guys, Tesla is pricing in, Tesla is accepting Doge. It's all about pricing in. Investors always buy the rumor, sell the news. Do you get what I'm saying? Just the fact that this guy made a poll on Twitter asking about it, everybody jumped in. That's crazy. Buy the poll. This shit's pumping in front of our eyes. How do we trade this? So much bullshit hype. But anyways, everybody, take care. Hey, have a good night. I'll see you guys next time. Make sure you like and subscribe. Share it around for more. And I'll see everybody on Thursday. Private chat, I'll see you guys in a few hours after I wake up. This guy got cheat codes. Bro, Nyan, we could have even entered when we saw it here. Bro, we just saw it here. We opened up Doge, it was here. This happened in the last 5 minutes. We could have got the scalp right here. How are spreads? Like, how do spreads work on these altcoins? It has a huge market cap. News terminal is a cheat code. This is 5 minutes ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could have entered on this candle. Just based, and everybody says, oh, fundamentals and news don't matter. Technicals override fundamentals. You fucking retards. No, they don't. Wow, stop. But you know what doesn't override fundamentals? Magic fucking yellow lines. That's what doesn't override fundamentals. As soon as you draw some magic yellow lines, everything respects that. Yellow line indicator. Elon AI technology. How much? Okay, for reference purpose, let's just say we jumped in Dogecoin buys as soon as we got this headline and we jumped in these buys, right? How much would have this paid us on like a standard one lot? This move. Anybody know? Can anybody answer that for me? Because I got no fucking clue. If I were to take a standard one lot on Doge after that headline and we scalp this move, like how much would that have made? Like how many pips? How many pips is this? It's obviously not pips, but like, you know what I mean? How much money would we have made if we did take that quick buy? It's an 8% move. I don't even think that's an actual 8%. Oh, it is. 20K? No way, 20K. 4.2K sounds a lot. It's 500 pips. Someone said a gazillion. Solid 5K, 8,400. I'm not sure. This shit's wilding out right now though. Look at these 1 minute wicks. Some guy entered a buy here, stop loss here. Just got taken out. You know those Bitcoin meme videos? Fuck, we have to watch one of those because that's exactly what's happening right here, right now. One of those Bitcoin memes. What are they called when we search those? Fuck, what are they called? You guys know what I'm talking about, man. This isn't me, it's a Krish, man. I don't powder my nails. Bitcoin Meme. Nah, bro, is this it? No, new trader. Bizonacci, that's it. This one. This is a classic.
Bogdanov i Bóg Dzedip
Continuité dump.
i Panixol
Temporary bottom, reversal.
i not paying
Point pit and payant a bull flag.
i Fumutin
Put him to sleep. Load the Korea food.
i Sawek.
May
That's what's happening to this guy on freaking Doge, people on Doge right now. Alright, yo, I'm gonna end the stream though. We're gonna call it a night here. Don't forget about the 4-hour candles closing in 36 minutes. And I'll see everybody later. Everybody take care. Have a good night. Cheers, cheers. I'm starving and sleepy. Alright, everybody, take care.